Hello there, it's Alan Scott. This video is going to be about ISO, but before we get there I want to talk about lenses. My dream lens is a Nikon f2.8 600mm at £15,000. Only in my dreams am I ever going to get that, and even if I had that, it would be a little bit silly putting a £15,000 lens onto a £100 camera. So I think we'll give that one a miss. My Tamron G1, the 5 to 6.3, is sharp. It's a good lens, but obviously it's a slow lens. So this is where the ISO comes in. When I go out taking photographs, it's usually early in the morning when there's not a lot of light about, and that's at times it's really struggling to get an image, having to wait until there's sufficient light. But with the new software that I'm going to tell you about, the ISO software, I can actually go out there and put the ISO onto automatic, let that look after itself, and virtually have little to no worries about the ISO looking after the exposure that I need. Instead of 6.3, which is quite slow, I've discovered that the G2, the Tamron, the sweet spot for focus, for absolute pinnacle sharp focus, is around f8. So that means providing I close the camera down, I can really get good sharp images. And now I can get the ISO looked after by a software called Pure Raw. It's from DxO. Now I'm not affiliated in any way. I'm just letting you know that this software is amazing. It's even better than Topaz, Topaz AI denoise, which is known by many photographers. It's extremely popular as being and is a great software for reducing noise. Everybody that uses Topaz says there's none better, but I honestly believe I've found something that's better. In fact, I think it is a little bit better, and as I say, it's called Pure Raw. I can now work with a slow lens, which is 6.3, and I choose to put my aperture down to f8 so I can get a good sweet spot for focus, and put my ISO onto automatic, and I'll just forget about ISO now. Well, no longer, because this software package really looks after it. In fact, if we have a look at this image here, it's a little bird taken early in the morning with the Nikon, the G1, sorry. And it goes from this to this. And again with the cormorant, if you have a look at the grain on the original image, it's quite heavy, it's quite hard. But using Pure Raw, I can go from this to this, which I think you'll think is incredible. It's really, really good stuff. So unless I win the lottery or I come into some money, I'll never be able to afford a £15,000 2.8 600mm lens. I can look at them on the internet and I can dream about having one, but it's never going to happen. So what I do, I do the workaround. I use the Pure Raw, I use the Tamron 150 to 600, and I do get really good images. I always thought I used to have good images, but now I know I've got really good images regarding ISO.